All right, as we get into more of perfecting your prospecting today, we're going to be focusing on building the dream. We've already talked about the kick, showing up without attachment, having a really great introduction that grabs their attention, start planting some seeds, start getting them to think a little bit differently about maybe what they have in the past, introducing some new ideas, and hopefully discovering some problems for them, helping them discover their problems. Now we want to build the dream. Now we want to show them a future where the problem we've helped them discover is resolved, right? So we want to build a dream and really paint a picture of what the future could look like for them and what change could look like. A lot of times people don't like change because they don't want to go through a change if things stay the same. But people will bend over backwards for change if they can see that it's going to take them way further and into a better future than their current path is. So some ways we can build the dream. Start with storytelling. People emotionally love to hear the story of others. And when you can share how you've helped somebody else in their shoes, in their situation, resolve a problem, it can be super powerful. So when you can say, hey, I worked with your neighbor so-and-so, if you're selling door to door, this is what they were going through. This is what we were able to accomplish. This is what it looks like now for them, right? It can be really powerful, right? Hey, I was working with so-and-so. She was trying to save up enough money to move back out of the country. And what she loved is we were able to get her set up with a big tax credit for her solar that ended up helping her save money on her taxes so she could actually end up moving 2 or 3 years after the purchase, right? Like just a small example. I could share way more details about that. And storytelling can sell a lot more than you do going through a product description, right? Product description doesn't sell things, right? Helping them see how you can connect the dots and help take where they're at and how they can go through something and help somebody. So give examples, share stories of, hey, this reminds me of a time when we helped so-and-so. They were in the same situation as you. Here's what their life looks like now, right? So it's another way of doing a social proof, but storytelling can really help you build the dream and paint a picture of what that future is going to look like with you, with your product, with your service. Next, I love to talk about the language of hope. The language we use matters, and there's particular lines and phrases that we can use to help people see things more clearly. An example of that, and here's a little framework you can use if you want to create a language of hope or paint a brighter picture of the future. Imagine if, how, what. Imagine what it would do for your family if you could save X amount of dollars in the summertime on your electric bills. Imagine what it would be like if when you picked up the phone and called your insurance company, if you didn't have to wait on hold for 30 minutes every time on a 1-800 number. Imagine what it would be like if you had control over your team and you had a better way for everyone to be on the same page with your project management inside your organization, right? So we use these words, imagine if, picture this, imagine, and then I'll follow it up with a how. How would that benefit you guys? How would that change things in your business? How would that change things in your home? How would that be a benefit to you? Okay, and what would that look like? Okay, what would that accomplish? What would that mean for you? So I love using this descriptive language and then asking this open-ended what or how to get their wheels turning and get them to start selling themselves. Like this whole idea of sales inception is to lead people down a journey of self-discovery. And so the more we can get them talking and selling themselves on their future, the easier it all becomes, the less arm twisting we're doing. Like I think if you're twisting people's arms to buy your product or service, you're doing things wrong, right? So imagine if, how would that help you? How would that change things? How could that affect you? What would that do for you? What would life be like? Get them to tell you what their perfect future would look like by using imagine, how, what. I'm Drew Norton, the Everyday Sales Leader. This is your daily dose of sales inception.